Peace to the tribe, peace to the collective. In this video, we're going to talk about how religion and spirituality is not what you think it is. When you think about religion, it talks about having a relationship with God. When you think about spirituality, it's talking about having a relationship with spirit. However, if you don't understand the reality of it, then you don't actually experience God, or you don't actually experience spirit. It's a bunch of people parading and acting like they know information on how to contact you. So I've observed a lot of people say that they can help people. So whether it is the hypnotist that can read you in your past lives, whether it's the astrologer that can read the stars for you, whether it's the spiritual community leader with online cult like followings and things like that, whether the person that's taking you on retreats, whether it's the person that is like reading about your spirits and your ancestors, whether you take part in an online ritual, road open rituals, money rituals, all of this stuff is bullshit. The only thing that matters is your personal relationship to spirit and source. And the reality is that can't nobody help you do that but the spirits, but God. And you as an individual need to have a personal relationship with the divine. So there might be people in your life that could give you some tips and tricks and whatever. So how do I explain this? Let's think about sex. Spirituality, sex is just two different poles on the same, two different spectrums on the same pole rather. When you talk about sex, right? You can explain everything about sex, how it feels, the inside, the outside, penis, vagina, wetness, squirt. We could watch pornographies and get into what it looks like to have sex, right? Do simulations, talk about it, have group panels, debate on what's the best sexual position, missionary or doggy style, and never experience what it's like to have sex. Because the experience of sex is so overwhelming that it's even hard to have regular conversation. See how I'm talking right now? If I was having sex, I wouldn't be able to enunciate and speak the same way. I would be moaning because I'm in a whole completely different state of mind, in a whole different state of being. So as much as I can talk about what sex is and what sex means to me, you can never experience the sex that I'm having. The same way I can never experience your spiritual connection to the divine. So religion and spirituality is a mere placebo. When people start talking like pastors and churches, they are talking about a half truth. And in this video, I'm going to explain the other side of the truth. In my work and in my life, I've studied and seen a lot of different things, and it's all beginning to connect in a divine, sincere way. And I just want to help other people understand the divinity within themselves going into this new time and into this new year. So if we get into the etymology of the word existence, we're talking about reality, existence and reality. Existence, reality, source. All of these things are found within you. All of existence, all of reality, all of source is found within you. The issue and problem with this statement is that you have been programmed and reprogrammed, micro programmed, macro programmed to look for God outside of you. You look for source outside of you. You look for existence outside of you. And you look for reality outside of you. And this is the creation of negative emotions. The birth of the negative emotions is saying, it's like me saying the key is in the room over there. You go into that room and you don't see the key. The key to all life is found within you. This takes meditation. This takes time. This takes effort. You cannot buy your way into it. You cannot cute your way into it. You cannot sexy your way into it. You cannot manipulate your way into it. You cannot follow your way into it. You cannot, have like spend money or make money yourself into it. We're talking about the invisible college. We're talking about the invisible religion. We're talking about the birth of religion. You ever wondered, like, where did these people, if you was a prophet and you was like speaking from God, we would imagine it to be some like miraculous, spontaneous connection between you and God. That's what they want you to think. The prophets exist and you can talk to God right now. That shit didn't happen 5,000 years ago. That shit is happening right now, and it's a way to do it. It's a way to tap into it. You as an individual. If life is source and you have a life, that means that source is found within you. Where is source not found at? Source is not found in literature. Source is not found in worship. Source is not found in dogma. Source is not found in routine. Source is not found in consistency. Source is not found in information. Source is consciously, inherently felt. It's a concise, conscious, constant plan to go within yourself. And you can feel it within yourself. But if you're not actually consciously, see, it's one thing, a nigga will tell you you're doing a good job if you paying them. A nigga will say what you need, like for money, for clout, for good feelings, for good vibrations. People will lie to you. But you cannot lie to yourself. So when you really want something on the outside, and this is your fixated focus to manifest, to bring into life, you are a devil worshiper. When you are a godly person, you don't give a fuck about that shit. Because when this life is over and done, you are not taking that shit with you. That's a basic premise that human beings just inherently should understand. You cannot take none of this shit with you. The crackhead is going to the same place that the millionaire is going to. And the more serious you take this place in reference to your ass, who never stood a chance, your parents are benefactors, meaning that your parents shall only benefit you, but 10 times out of 10, your parents that give you nothing but trauma and obstacles that you got to make your way through. You ain't stood a chance. Life has put you in a certain position to where you have to go within yourself. But what is a placebo? When you look at the etymology of placebo, it is said that it is a deceptive act to please. It is a sham medical treatment. And the reason that spiritual healers with crystals and organs and words and unks and bronze and copper and diamonds and fucking weird ass stones that don't mean shit, don't mean a damn thing, just some shit decorations. That's what them crystals are. Crystals are decorations. And if you say no, it's not, These crystals have healed me. Your brain healed you, you dumbass. Your brain did that. That crystal ain't did shit. It's a placebo effect. If you think this is exactly why when you go to a crystal store, it's a card underneath it. What do that card say? This is a root chakra stone. It helps empower your root chakra. It helps fuck bitches better. So now you got a stone to help you fuck bitches better. Tell me this, Einstein. If you didn't read what that stone did, would you know what that stone would do? Let me answer that for you. It wouldn't do a fucking thing. How do I know? Because the only thing that they have is the name of the stone and what the stone do. If they didn't have that shit, you would never buy that shit. You need to get the description of what the stone could do, program it in your mind, and now your brain is saying, this stone help you fuck bitches better. The only problem is, if you ain't actually fucking bitches better, the stone ain't actually doing what it's supposed to be doing. That's the only problem. In all medical trials, there's two sides of the medical trial. There's the actual medicine side and there's the placebo side. In all medical trials, there are people that take the placebo that get healed, that heal the disease. Some people don't. Most people don't. Some people do. This is why it's very important that people start to, like the peer reviewers will say, well, this could be a mere placebo. Or you need to go back to the drawing board because the placebo seems more effective than the actual medicine. Why? Because a placebo removes pain. Pain is a perception. You ever heard of pain tolerance? If you are of a certain age, you experiencing pain right now, but the endorphins in your body don't register it to your brain that you actually experiencing the pain. That's why one day you could be doing something and all of a sudden that pain will hit you because that endorphin is not firing off like it should be. In reference to, you could wake up in pain, work out, bring about those endorphins, and that pain will disappear, right? Endorphins are hormones that your body produce that heals pain, that stops pain. Scientists don't fully understand it. I can fully understand it by doing Kundalini work, by doing root chakra work, by living a life in reference to herbs and plants, veganism, not eating dead flesh. I can understand clearly what they mean. When we talk about medicine, some medicines work, some medicines don't. If you have a problem, right, and you go to a doctor, and the doctor tell you, this is Zyvofredral, this will help you with your symptoms. Your brain registers what your doctor said, Zyvofredral is going to help me with my symptoms. Whether Zyvofredral helps you or not, your brain is doing the majority of the work. If it wasn't the case, they would just give you the pill. Here, it's going to help you. Why do they have to do a placebo test? Now let's bring this into spirituality. In the realms of spirituality, you're not coming to spirituality because you feel good, because you feel great. You coming to get healed because you have a wound. You can't heal perfection. So when spiritual people get in front of you acting like it's all good, you should already cancel them out because it's not all good. It's not all good for you. You have a wound that you need to heal. And if they are stunting on you, talking about because I've been spiritual, this good thing's been happening to me, they don't have nothing to do with you. When you get on YouTube or you trying to find spiritual healing, you don't care about, listen, you don't really care about what's going on in my life, nor you should not give a fuck about what's going on in my life. You should only care about your connection to source. When you are tuning on to YouTube and you are seeking out spiritual information, you should be able to receive the information on a consistent basis. The problem is, I was at home, I was making capsules, and I've been listening to niggas. I've been listening to all of the spiritual people. All of the spiritual people is selling their courses, classes, readings, you name it. That's all they fucking doing. I'm a spiritual person. I got courses, classes, whatever, you name it. But at the same time, I got my fucking notes. And my notes don't got shit to do with the shit that I'm selling. Because it's a responsibility to spread information and awareness to help people ease their pain. Because when you are a spiritual healer, you are something like a doctor. And never do a person say, I'm feeling good, let me go to the fucking doctor. I got a perfect relationship. I got all the money that I need healing. It does not work like that. When you hit upload or you hit record or you hit go live, you should be trying to facilitate or administer some type of healing. But if you don't know shit, all you can do is scam. If you don't know shit, all you can do is think about different ways to make money. And one of the ways that people make money in the spiritual community is through placebos. Placebos are deceptive acts in the realms of pleasing you. Religion is a placebo. Spirituality is a placebo for sincere connection to the divine. So I want to open y'all up to some books that can help you understand or elucidate what I'm about to say. You want to get the book, The Immortality Key. It is the secret religion with no name. And we want to lump religion into spirituality because if it wasn't for religion, you wouldn't have any concept of spirituality. Religion presents the foundation. Religion and education presents the foundation for spirituality. It is useless information and practices that do not matter. You will never be able to connect the dots through going to church every Sunday, nor will you be able to connect the dots by listening to niggas on YouTube or doing religious practices such as meditating. You need, it is not enough. This is why you need to read literature like The Immortality Key, because you wouldn't believe me if I told you. What I'm attempting to do is bring you through the beginnings of religion and spirituality up into now, moving into 2024 and where we are at. Because this is not like the old people was lying and now we telling the truth. No, this is one continuous story of beginning, middle, and rebirth. Now, the origins of Christianity is rooted in psychedelics. So, if you are a black person, 10 times out of 10, you were a Christian or people in your family were Christians. But in reference to being Christians, it wasn't about worshiping Jesus as a man. If we were true Christians, we would be worshiping Jesus as a psychedelic instrument. So on one level, your parents is crazy for worshiping Jesus, but on another level, they right and exact. But it's only the placebo of religion. What is the placebo of religion? It is the uniformity of meeting every Sunday, Wednesday, prayer circle. It is the music. It is the sermon. It is the Bible. And if you really work hard to understand literature, if you really work hard to understand practice, you can have some type of experience, i.e. Holy Ghost, some type of spiritual experience. But even in the most blissful Holy Ghost experience, is still not helping me get to no answers. Especially when the Bible and church is filled with rituals that they're like cool on the surface, but what do they really mean when you dig deep at a deeper level. Meaning that if we was just worshiping Jesus as a man, why on communion do we worship Jesus as a cracker? And the pastor say, flesh of my flesh, blood of my blood. We eat crackers and we drink wine. See, that is the Eucharist. Okay, what is the Eucharist? The Eucharist is the foundation of Christianity. The Last Supper, like before Jesus died, he had a Last Supper where he said, he put the bread up and he told his followers, look at this bread. I am this bread. When you eat this bread, you eat in me. You can read this in the Bible. So with that being said, it's more of saying that the bread being a mushroom or a psychedelic instrument, bread and wine, when you eat this bread and wine or eat this mushroom, you consume in Jesus. See, this is the foundations of Christianity. But if you don't know that, then you're not going to stay in the church if they're not going to tell you the truth about the Eucharist. They're not going to tell you the truth about communion. You're going to like the church or like certain parts or like certain people or like the way you feel in church, but you're going to eventually say, no, I'm going to start meditating. I'm going to start diving deep into spirituality. I'm going to get rocks and crystals and incense and Namre Hum Yi Kyan Kyu, right? You got to understand, I do this for a living. I talk to a lot of people. When I ask them, okay, what's your relationship with your soul? What's your spiritual relationship? 9 times out of 10 people do not have a good relationship with their soul and with their spirit. But mind you, they're Namre Yum He. They got the hair wraps. They got natural hair. They got money. They understand meditation and all that, but they have no connection with their soul. Because just because you're not a Christian and you're spiritual don't mean you have figured it out. This just means you don't understand shit. But if you get into the immortality key, the secret religion with no name, you start to understand that the prophets and the angels and the most important people, they were following God, right? But you don't actually magically, mysteriously, through enough meditation, by tapping into certain healer or certain guru, get a relationship with God. See, the true God, the true teacher, the true divine is the connection through psychedelic plants. Ergot, psilocybin, Amitum muscaria, rapé, ayahuasca, plants, herbs, wines, intoxicants. This is how you talk to God, and it's personal. So that means that a person actually have to partake in the psychedelics, in the ritual, to have a relationship with God. And if you're not trying to do that, you're going to be a follower. And you don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, because before I knew, I didn't know, but I was still a part of the community, but I was still searching, right? Religion and spirituality is the literature and the guidebook, but it is not the experience. The experience is when you are ready to remove your ego and conscious mind through the use of intoxicants, hallucinogenics, things of that nature. Ritual, drumming, pre-programmed rituals. This is how you talk to God. This is how you talk to God. You got to do it. It comes from you. It comes from within you. Source is life. Source exists within you. It is the ego, who you are, who you think you are, what you think you've been through, what you think you accomplished, what you think you're about to accomplish, is going to hold you back from all of existence, reality, and life, which exists within you. And you will always look outside of yourself for something that you could always have found within yourself. So when you study the world around you, certain things such as like a month, right? You get into the etymology of month, M-O-N, right? You add another O, that's moon. So a month is really a 28-day moon cycle. But your mind is completely fucked up if you think a month have 30 days in it. No, it don't got 30 or 31 days. It got 28 days. Like, something as simple as that. Like, so communion is the first Sunday of every month. But communion is really something that should be happening during a new moon. Ritual. Setting the intentions for your life. For your life. Right? In combination with maybe some chocolate, some shrooms, some wine, a list of what you're going to attend for this moon cycle over the next 2 weeks, with some music, with some drumming, with some dancing, with some celebration, with a feast. All of this is in your religious text. All of this is in your religious text. But why are you not doing it? Because you don't understand the connection between psychedelics, psych, the soul, delic, reveal. Reveal the soul. Psychedelics means to reveal the soul. So, the first week of the month, the first Sunday of every month, Christians have communion. Well, the true spiritualist would, on its new moon, do a combination of wine, psychedelics, LSD, DMT, I don't know, whatever your bag is, maybe marijuana, maybe a cigarette if you don't smoke. Like, you going beyond the levels of your conscious mind. You going, whatever you going to do, you going to remove the conscious mind, whatever that takes for you. It's different to say, I just want this to happen, hopefully, fingers crossed, versus simply revealing the blueprint for which your soul already knows where your path is. Remember, psychedelics reveal the soul. And then some people will say, I'm spiritual, but I'm not religious, but I'm spiritual, but I don't fuck with no psychedelics. I don't fuck with no psychedelics and no shit like that. I'm clean with it. I don't fuck around. That's a drug to me. Cool. But what about the studies at NYU? What about the studies at Johns Hopkins University? Do you not want to understand what they have come to the conclusions of? Remember what I told you about placebos? Well, the difference between psychedelic treatments is that the placebo is incomparable to the effects. So it's a clinical trial. One side get a placebo, the other side get psychedelic treatments. On the side of psychedelic treatments, there are clear and above signs of healing. So be afraid of it all you want. Have confirmation bias all you want. The shit that you're doing is not working because you don't got no answers. Yeah, you might have got a little bit of things on the external, but you don't got no answers. You don't know where you fucking supposed to be going out here. Your soul haven't spoke to you and revealed the path. You following people. You a follower trying to figure it out. So, in this country, in this world, most people are Christians. And I think that's okay. I think that's right and exact. I believe in Jesus. I'm a follower of Jesus. I'm a follower of Christ. I know who Jesus is. I know what Jesus is. I know what Jesus does. I know it's not a man. I understand it to be a fruit. I understand it to be a bread. I understand Jesus is Dionysus. I understand that Jesus is the Black Panther. I understand Jesus in all of his forms. You understand Jesus is the Black Panther because what did Jesus do? Jesus died and got resurrected. Black Panther died and got resurrected in Black Panther 1 and Black Panther 2. And the mantle just lives on because Jesus is a title. Christ is a title. Black Panther is a title. Black Panther, you just don't wake up and say, I'm the Black Panther. You literally have to ingest a heart-shaped herb. And the herb is a fruit and a plant. A mushroom is the fruit of the mycorrhizal network. I know it sounds crazy, but it's okay. I'm willing to say new information. I'm willing to connect the dots because I don't care. I'm trying to actually help people in a world where there is no real help. There is no help. Can't none of these niggas help you. I can't help you. Can't none of these spiritual niggas help you. The only person that can help you is you. The only thing that can help you is your soul. How are you connecting to your soul? Are you willing to experience what your soul feels like? Are you willing to reveal yourself? Because in the Bible, from Moses, from Abraham, from Jesus, to David, to Saul, to Goliath, they all had to eat to come in the presence of God. Once they ate the bread and the wine, read your Bible, then God will speak to them. And I know that it's a lot of information out here where people is just telling you, all you need to do is sign up to this. All you need to do is this ritual, that ritual. But if you don't got and the ritual is cool. But if you ain't got no power behind the ritual, it don't fucking matter. You can have the most powerful laptop, MacBook, that could do all things, could fucking tickle your ass crack, right? You ever had a MacBook that tickle your ass crack? It's the 1800 edition, right? But if you don't got no power, it don't matter what features that computer got. Where does your power come from? Where does your energy come from? Where does your blueprint come from? When you get to studying shit, it all happens and stems from altered states of consciousness. Do you have a plan to enact altered state of consciousness within yourself? That's all I'm asking. Because if you are just trying to tackle this shit with your beta mind, it's like trying to, travel from New York to California on a bike with training wheels. At a certain level, you can take the training wheels off, get there a little faster, or you can just get on a fucking bus, right? Put your bike on the fucking bike rack and get there even faster. But you still gonna get to the same place. It's just how hard do you want to make it on yourself? Because once again, the thing about psychedelics is that you don't just rely on the psychedelics to open yourself up. You pair it with religion and ceremony and ritual. You pair it with that. Once you understand that religion is talking about psychedelics, then the Bible is crack. Once you understand that spirituality, require psychedelics, then spirituality is crack. But if you think religion is about anything other than psychedelics, please let's have a debate on here. Cause I would love to hear how you come up with your assertions. Cause I'm gonna give you where I get my shit from. Right? And we can talk about real shit or we can talk about fantastical shit. I'm down for either or. Cause at the end of the day, you can incorporate psychedelics and get real fantastical. So this is more in reference to some notes that I was taking, and I just wanted to do a video, get it out of my system. Check out Chakra Nova. December 24th, we got our sacral chakra presentation. I'm gonna begin to put out more content, daily content about sacral chakra balancing, more content about self-love and the mysteries of self-love and spiritual development. Because if you don't love your soul, it don't matter, right? So we got a lot to talk about, a lot of portals to open, a lot of mysteries to solve. So thank y'all for rocking with me. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. Share the video with somebody who is struggling, having a hard time, because if you do not actually forge the connection between you and source, you'll possibly continue to struggle, right? You might spend money on shit, do a whole bunch of shit. I want to save you a lot of time and money by switching over to Geico, right? I want to save you a lot of time and energy and money, because if I knew then what I knew now, I would have been in a much further place in life. So if y'all want to talk and want more understanding, subscribe, share, follow, hit me up on IG. My email is hoodmystic@gmail.com. My website, hoodmystic.com, whiterabbitpsych.com, and the columbianexchange.com. All I'm about is nature, right? Working with nature. Everything I do is 100% everything vegan, right? No additives, no superlatives, no extra shit. Just giving you everything real, raw, 100%. Yeah. And I don't, everything take care of itself. Right? I know people in real life that are making the connections with themselves through the usage of psychedelic mushrooms. Right? And it's been people that have been consistent, that understand the work that, like, some people need more healing than other people. So the people that have been consistent along the healing journey, and then when it start to click and the light bulbs start going off, you start making the connections in your life. You know what you need to do. You're not letting your emotions take you over. You're not letting what you up against take you over. Man, that to me is everything. So I'm happy for the people that tapped in, tuned in. I'm happy for the growth and development that I see on a daily basis from Black people. You feel me? That's what I'm about every day, all day. I do this for y'all. I do this for Black people all over the country. Shout out to the other races that tap in and tune in to my content. But from the beginning of my channel to the end of my channel, I'm going to stand and live for the most misrepresented, underrepresented selection of the population, the most incarcerated, the most murdered population, Black males in particular, right? But with that being said, man, we all have a soul, and we can all work with our soul to overcome all of our trials and tribulations, right? And if you think you're going to just do it through meditating and kissing somebody's ass because they got clout and followers, you got life all fucked up. You might need to take a dosage of some motherfucking mushrooms, right? You might need to do that, right? But do your research, get Chakra Nova, sign up for our sacral chakra, which takes place New Year's Eve. Yeah, and subscribe, hit the notification bell. I don't even know if that shit work, but we're going to be posting more as we gear up for our sacral chakra build. So thank y'all for tapping in and tuning in. We had a beautiful baby girl. She healthy, happy. Her name Naomi. Like, it haven't really like set in, sunk in. It's like I don't know, like a girl. I have 4 boys, and it's like boys is like a lot of chaos. They bring a lot of chaos. This girl have brought a lot of peace, a lot of calm to my heart, and I know that I'm gonna be all right because I'm her dad. So I just know like the type of man that I need to be, right? And I'm just ready for it. It's like one of those things. It's like a life-changing experience when you have a daughter and you active in your child's life. Like kid, little boys is hell. Little boys make you like I hate to say this, but a lot of deadbeats come from little boys. I can tell. If I wasn't such a strong, avid believer, I'd be a deadbeat. I ain't even gonna lie, but I believe in raising my children. They don't care that I love them. You know what I'm saying? Little boys, they just rough around the edges. That's just that's how it is. A little girl though, like you gotta be there for your little girl. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hold down your little girl because that's like precious. That's like something like that's the most beautiful thing, the best thing that God could ever give a man is a daughter. Right. And I know that from having 4 little boys. I love my boys to death. I love my little boys to death. Like they really are the light of my world. But, you know, a daughter is just another level. You know what I'm saying? So just thank y'all for y'all support and well wishes and congratulations. Send somebody shade of Mama Mystic, she's amazing. Having a baby naturally, no epidural. I've been there for, my last 3 kids. I've been there every step of the way, down to them, sliding up out of that pussy. You understand me? Sliding up out of that pussy. That shit is just like, it just make you want to just like learn how to do that, put the olive oil on the lips, open that, pull that little thing out. It's just like, God is amazing, man. Like, you would never know, like, a piece of sperm grow to a full human, motherfucker. That shit is like whole nother level of spirituality right there. So my life has changed forever. So is my content, so is my delivery, and so is as far as like where we taking this and where we go with this channel. We gonna continue to grow and develop and kick real shit. Not water shit down or nothing like that, and trust the process. A lot of times with spirituality, it ain't always about building greatness, expansion. A lot of times, for me, real quick story, and I'm gonna hop off this live. A lot of times it's like starting over, right? And I never even realized it. It never hit me, but it hit me. I had a baby in 2020. His name was Jesse. Now Jesse is my great grandfather. My great grandfather. I never met him. He died way before I was born. He died when my mom was 2, right? So I never met him. And then my daughter that I just had December 9th, her name is Naomi, right? But I didn't necessarily connect Jesse and Naomi. I've had 3 sons. I named them Azor, Seven, and John. But for no particular reason. It's not like I was like so caught up in something like I'm gonna name my kids this, and this. But because I didn't have many different names that I had for a girl name. But long story short, Naomi and Jesse are my great grandmother's names. I knew it, but I didn't like consciously. I just kind of just had the name of Naomi. Like I just kind of just had it. Like, and people was telling me like Naomi and like Nyomi. I'm like, nah, son, Naomi, right? And then when she was born, I just was like, her name Naomi, whatever. I was talking to my grandmother, and she was like, Kyrie, mind you, my grandmother, that's my grandmother's dad, right? And my grandmother and her dad look a lot alike. Mind you, I never met him, but the way that my grandmother said it, like, why did you name them after mommy and daddy? Like, that was her mom and dad. But it was like, this is my son and daughter. But that shit was just like so crazy because Jesse was always like, that's my sister. That's my sister. And we didn't necessarily know the birth of the baby. Like, we didn't know what the birth was going to be up until baby was born. She lifted legs like, it's a girl. I was like, hell no. Got a girl. All right, her name Naomi. All right, cool. But that's my great grandmother and great grandfather though. So I be seeing her, and I be seeing my grandmother. When I look at Jesse, I be seeing my grandfather, and I'm like, damn. But then I be watching Black Panther, and if y'all watch Black Panther, when he take the heart-shaped herb, he take it so he can tap into the ancestor realm so he can see his dad, who just died. But mind you, I've been on this like psychedelic trip ever since like we moved to Detroit, and it been like Jesse and Naomi is like the ancestors have chose me to return through. Mind you, Jesse and Naomi had 13 children, bunch of grandkids, bunch of great grandkids. None of them is named Jesse and Naomi besides my kids. And it's just interesting. So I say all of that to say it's more than one way that psychedelics help you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, ancestrally, like making these connections, living your life. Man, like God got you, right? God got you. But do you have a real sincere connection with God? Do you know where God is? Do you know what God is? Do you know how to access God? Do you know how to access your ancestors? Right? Very powerful stuff. Very powerful time. We are not living in the age of mystery, but we are living in the age of charlatans. So y'all be safe, right? Y'all do y'all due diligence, and don't be caught out lacking. All right. So with that being said, hope y'all enjoyed this video. Like, share, subscribe, comment if you don't mind. Helps with the algorithm, helps it get out to more people. Best thing you can do for me is comment on the video, even if it's just, I love this video, this is awesome, appreciate that. And with that being said, y'all have a wonderful day, and I'll see y'all tomorrow with another video. Peace.